Hey everybody, welcome back. Super Auto Pets, we're having a grand old time. We got to 10 wins last time, and I don't remember how. Probably something like a Marmoset. Probably something like Marmoset, Seahorse. Freeze a little bee. How about a Suspicious Cucumber? Fussy Millionaire is also a humorous one for me. Like, what about, like a millionaire who's, like, a picky eater, so they only eat, like, mashed potatoes and chicken tenders? Oh, you mean, like, one of those top 100 Twitch streamers? Oh, man. How embarrassing for them. Get owned. Or whatever. Give me a mosquito for now. We'll have a seahorse take some honey. This is not a strong team early, but we're one unit on two different units away from a level up that could help us get to a strong unit at some point in our future, mayhaps. I don't like how this looks at the start, but have you considered that I also don't like the way it looks at the end? We draw. This is a pretty acceptable draw, I would say. Now, we didn't get what we wanted. We're going to combine seahorses at some point, so let's start giving them imbalanced foods. You might think I've lost my mind, but I think you could combine marmosets and then just add a jellyfish. I don't really expect it to pop here, but we're so close to getting some levels. This cockroach is going to solo our whole team, by the way. It's not even our bee is not going to kill it. But if a jellyfish could work, now's the time. Let's combine them. We got a 310. We got a mosquito. You know what? No. Add the mosquito. Let me get a pug out here. It helps our jellyfish. Very interesting. It's very interesting indeed, I would say. This jellyfish, it has a chance. It has a certain je ne sais quoi. Some people, many maybe even are saying this. I don't know that it's going to get us there, but also a 3-9 seahorse, kind of underrated with it right now. You give it some attack, you're off to the races. Now, we know we like this. We know we like this. I think we could totally, like, realistically, the marmoset can be sold. Even though it is close to a level, you can sell your marmoset. I think you just throw a crow out there. You got a pug available. It's okay. It's actually okay. Maybe smart is not the way I would describe it, but I think it's okay. So what's going on here? The jellyfish is not at full capacity yet, but it's becoming operational. It's getting there. And honestly, we're going to win this one too. It's a bit of an unusual way to get there, but that's nice. 2 wins and feeling better in the future because this is just good. And then, how about a little sell me? Buy me? You still get the level at the start. I think a lynx works wonderfully here. Obviously, we do want to buy the pug, I think, as well. But I think this kind of goes, man. So we have level 8s on total on our team. So we're getting 8 damage from a lynx, which is kind of a game changer early, potentially. Now, the thing is, if we're going to roll the jellyfish, we also want to, like, have a pivot space available in order to be able to add new units in there that are easier to level up. Like, it's easier to get from level 1 to 2 than 2 to 3, obviously. So, like, I think, like, this is good. This is good. Roll me. Nothing's leveling. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually just are saying goodbye to our pug at some point. I would rather just give you a permanent 2-2. Like, I think the pug... Really, the pug, the mosquito, and the seahorse are all sellable right now. I think everything hinges on the jellyfish. Turtle at the back is something we like to see. I don't know if we're getting through a bearded dragon. I think we're getting through a bearded dragon. Seahorse is just enough of a mix-up to keep things interesting, I think. Okay, I would roll. We have another jellyfish. I would definitely add. I would roll. We have another jellyfish. I would definitely add. A jellyfish getting to tier 3 is an interesting thing. And I know I rolled past the seahorse. It was by design. I don't think the seahorse is long for this world. Okay, get swapped a little bit. Screw up their team a little bit. Not much, but enough to maybe make them feel the burn. We definitely win this one again as well. Who would have thought? This team doesn't look that good on paper, but we just ripped off 5 straight wins. Now, use your noggin, right? Like, you know your pug can probably go in favor of something more useful. But what would that be right now? I don't have an answer. Like, maybe a fox could do it, but I think we could do better. A skunk is better than a 7-4 that gives us a 2-2 buff. You know what? The mosquito can go first, and then you get the skunk out there, so the skunk goes after the pug, and then we got a level 2 skunk. That's very sensible. Still very sensible, in my opinion, because we're closer to a level up. And you know what? For now, everybody just take a little stew. You never know when that'll come in handy. Yeah, I'm content with our order. We're not scaling the jellyfish as fast as I would like, but we killed their lionfish, though, which seems incredible. Maybe a little luck difference, but still. This team is way better than I thought it would be. Considering that most of the animals involved, I don't consider to be that good. Okay, now the seahorse can go, because we're in full buff territory. You just take these. The jellyfish is our anchor, and I hope that that's not fortuitous phrasing. We don't need another jellyfish. But what I mean by anchor is we need to keep it around. Now, normally I would sell a cow here, but because the cow is so close to leveling up, let's just roll something like that. I still don't think you take the pug, honestly. I am thinking like a pug that gives you like a level 2 turtle, but we don't really have 2 units that need pug support. Or that need turtle support, I should say. Okay, skunk blows us out. But it's only a level 1. It's not that bad. Still not that bad. Still not that bad. Now, if our lynx doesn't level up, it can go. But I would love it to level up first. Skunk levels. Now the lynx can take a level. What about... Okay, now we're talking. Well, I would rather sell the cow. Sell the cow. Pug... that gives you a level 2 walrus to start with. Feel like a carrot in a pinch. Level 2 lionfish would be sick too. You kind of need a crow, right? It's just a matter of what we would give it to and what we would give up to get it. Like you could sell a pug and then roll crow into lynx to get a permanent 3/3 bonus. I don't know. Right now, I think... skunk's sticking around. Why don't you take a carrot? We got to think about the long term. 1/1 buff isn't that spectacular, but over time, it makes a difference. You stole my death touch ability, I think. But I think because it's probably going to go to the ox, you might just overwrite it. Like, you might overwrite the ox's... Oh, it's a level 2. That's no good. Alright, never mind. That did not help. I still think... Oh, you're such a good unit, though. Wait, couldn't we just replace you with, like, a level 1, like, white tiger? I don't think you're doing enough anymore. Okay, yes, we got a lot of things on the go. We got a lot of interesting mechanics. Why don't you take this? Why don't you come out here? Buy a buff. The cow is just good. It doesn't fit into our synergy, but it's good. Sell me? We're not on lethal, which means we have a little flexibility. We can easily get a level 2 walrus next turn, which gives us a jellyfish buff and allows us to also feel okay. Why you got your walrus at the back? That's my question to you. We win, just barely. If the walrus had been in the front, we probably lose that. But we got some things on the go, but that doesn't mean, like, this is screwed. So now the pug can leave. But... we need something to replace it with. So it's probably 1 turn away from leaving. If you have to buy meat, you can buy meat. I honestly feel we just take you and pray. This team's not that bad. I mean, we are at 8 wins. I hesitate to see how we're going to scale long term. But that's okay. In many ways. Many people are saying it. I don't believe it. Stayed strong. We need to scale faster. So you can go. You shouldn't be here in the first place. I mean, Pug scaling into Eagle is something, but I think we could do better. Pug that creates a level 2 Lionfish now has me talking, mostly because it overwrites other people's equipments. And then, I mean, we could, like, sell and go, like, cat pizza or something like that. But I think it's better to just, like, pizza, and then maybe just give some broccoli to a unit like our skunk. Because we want units to have more HP because they have a 50% chance of getting Death Touch. So their attack may not matter that much, but their defense will always matter. It'll always be relevant. If they get the Death Touch. Okay. You know what? We're on lethal now. We're struggling to find the way over the hump. I would not deny that. Let's buff the skunk a little bit. The jellyfish can stand on its own merits for the time being, and it's a bit of a desperation play. Don't shoot my lionfish, okay? We're getting rid of your melon, though. So that's a nice overwrite. Unfortunately, it didn't do as much for me as I thought it could. Eagle blew us out pretty hard. Yeah, we're done. We're done, but I think we learned something about the jellyfish. As long as you can remove focus from it, like, just past the mid-game, you can use it, like, you can ride it in the mid-game if you get enough of them. Maybe? Maybe I didn't learn anything. Let's be a desperate driver. It happens all the time. You ever see Ambulance? Jake Gyllenhaal, Ana de Armas, I think, is in that. It's a Michael Bay movie. I've never seen it. I only saw the trailer. Okay, one of these. Roll me. One of these, I suppose. And we'll give the Mosquito the honey, because the Marmoset is like a guaranteed sell at some point. Maybe not early, but at some point. The Mosquito is also not necessarily guaranteed to stick around, but it appears to be sticking around for the moment. It's a strong team, quite frankly. I bow down, I genuflect to your strong team. Congratulations on your strength. How about we level? Turtle's just going to be solid. I actually think Turtle Yak do pretty well together. Because you're going to lose HP. We're going to give you a melon to protect you instead. Actually, Peacock, I think, is really good, too. But I do think, like, no, we don't need a Pug to create a level 2 Yak. But a Pug easily creating a level 2 Turtle is kind of awesome. It's not going to work yet, but I do think it can work. I think Pug Turtle might be... It's just being theory crafted in my brain, which has been up and down lately. And always. But there's something in my heart that says to me, like, Pug, easy level 2 Turtle is a recipe for wins on this pack. Now, this does not confirm that, but I'm always happy to take the dub when we get it. For now, I guess we would rather have a level 2 Mosquito shoot. And you know what will freeze you? I'm going to double up on HP for the Yak, just so it's a little bit more well-balanced. We need like 1 Turtle or 2 Pugs right now. That's not great. Not great. Never mind, it's fine. They got their own turtle, though. And it's a strong boy, but it's not that strong. This team's kind of getting the job done. Level me. A Dragonfly. It's so early, I think you have to take a Dragonfly. I would actually dump the Pug. The Dragonfly will buff itself and then its closest friend, which probably, like from left to right. So it'll buff a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3. Obviously, we don't have a level 3 right now. But we could pretty soon. And actually... No, I would rather the Dragonfly buffs itself than buff the Yak. Just to, like, justify its own existence. The Turtle can go. The, if it has to. Can the turtle go? Maybe the turtle can't go. You know what is one thing I'm genuinely thinking? I'm thinking I'm kind of coming around on the idea that you could get rid of you could retake oxen. Since the nerf, I found it hard to justify using them. But now I'm like, you know what? They kind of got it. I've noticed, and this is always how it goes down, I've noticed that I'm losing to a lot of ox. Which to me means that oxes are underrated in my current power ranking. What the heck? What did you kill? What did you kill? What did you do? I didn't think there was any chance we lost this one. Oh, you had a hawk. Okay, that's the 4-squad hawk. We're running into some trouble here. We're on lethal. Okay, get sold, get moved, get bought, get sold. We don't actually have to move you. Get bought, shark me. Dude, honestly, sure, add a shark to the squad. But we still want you to buff yourself. So a shark not at the back doesn't make sense, but we want to make sure the dragonfly is still getting the buff. Don't shoot the messenger. I think you roll through this. I can't really afford to sell the yak right now, I think. What's the shark doing? He's literally like just existing for now to help give us a chance to not die, because I feel like this team can pop, but the scaling just isn't quite there yet. But it might not be like as far off as... no, I think we're probably going to lose to this freaking frilled dragon, man. How are you going to kill this guy? Oh, never mind, we're going to kill him. And maybe the shark is good enough to buff, man. I don't know. I got to think. If you want to go in, you could actually, I mean, to be honest with you, probably, but no, it's okay. You sell the yak, and you put another dragonfly on the team. And then buff the crap out of this dragonfly, because we're going to get the double dragonfly buff, and the double mosquito, and the double marmoset buff. Many people will tell you this is a little too risky, perhaps. I would agree to disagree right now. We have some units with some viability. Obviously, our mosquito gets clocked. That's not ideal. Still not ideal. It remains unideal. And yet, here we are! Perfectly matched as all things should be at the very end. Another shark. We'll give it a try. Are we really going in on this? I mean, like, I feel like we have almost an obligation to. 2 mosquitoes. I guess we would like you to get to level 3. Double hit is okay. The freezing is fine here. Actually, would we like it to get to level 3? Because then it'll steal the buff that the marmoset takes. We don't have a level 2. We do have a level 2 because it'll start buffing itself. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if we can do this. They got an eagle back there, which is really good to have when you also have a... when you also have a microbe. Well played. Honestly, well played. I thought we were getting close to something there. It never really hit, but I genuinely don't think it's the dragonfly's fault. I think this is okay. I think this is better than okay. I mean, you got to be a bald piece. When you're me and you get these options, you got to be a bald piece. How dare you? Try to copy my team? How dare you? Now, if I'm being real with you, there's a part of me that says you get 2 mice out here, but I'm willing to see what the other animal would be, just in case. Like, I basically just want to maximize our chances of getting another level. I suppose we could have put a cockroach on there, then we could sell the mice for better apple setups. But I also think if we get to a level 2 mouse, it doesn't matter that much. Maybe it doesn't matter at all. Maybe the best to ever do it. It's a very blessed shop early. Units we've already seen. No such luck. That's okay. I would say... honestly, I would say combine me. Buy a shrimp. Shoot me if you have to. I think it's good enough. Now... how about a starfish? I don't necessarily think that a starfish is very good. But I do think we're definitely going to sell a mouse. So we might as well take advantage of it. We don't have a unit we're like building around now. That's the hard part. This Ox is too good. This crew is good. Your team is better than mine. It seems like an insanely good team for turn 3. And you know what? We live with that. We got a problem. And do you know what the problem is? We have no need to buff a cockroach because the buffs from the starfish will get eroded. We can buff its HP, sure, but you got to sell the cockroach. And then I genuinely think you take a unit that has 5 HP, even if only temporarily. So here the yak. Then we get our first sell bonus. Okay, it goes on to the moth. Interesting. Well, the moth could always buff itself, I suppose. So this is a good way to think about it. We have a sell trigger. I think that's a worthy buy sell. If you can get 2 benefits from it, sure. I still think the yak can do some stuff here. I'll buy you, sell you. Any day of the week, man. Any day of the week. Just give me a cricket at the back for now. Just a little ballast. 2 wins in 4 rounds. Nothing to worry about. 9-10, but you're not even going to be a 9-10. Are you going to be a 15-10? Ah! When the moth goes up against other moths, they cross mothination. They knock each other out. It's not as good as it feels like it should be. Okay, but you're gone. Buy you? You should take one of these, honestly. But then sell me. And then buy me. And then sell me. We're going to need to freeze you. How about you give me a buy and then a roll and another one of these? Okay. We do have a dog. I just feel like I was going to say it's too late for dog, but it's literally round 5. We're just close to lethal, so it's scary. It's all right. Those were very favorable trades for us. That worked out pretty well. Get sold. Are we really... I would like to go double up on a yak here. I think, honestly, you're just going to take this space. We're not going to add another one of you because we can't really afford to. No sell triggers? Sad. I think we can add, like, an ox just to say hello. Could make a difference. You never know. We'll still get the 1 HP from the sell if we choose to sell it later, which is highly plausible, I would say. Okay, it's not that bad. Not that bad. Still alive. You all doubted me, and now the chickens are coming home to roost. Now, I would love if we can get maybe like another shrimp or another starfish at some point. I think we could freeze a hawk, sell the ox. Honestly, you need to justify your existence to me. There's a buy and a sell. I feel like I saw an owl earlier, did not take it, and I am the fool. Buy me, don't sell me. Get rid of the hawk here. Yes. Now, here's the question. What do you level? You could level starfish 1 level with 2 crows, or you could do 1 level shrimp, 1 level yak. The yak's got to be close to the top of the list, man. Because he scales so much faster. But in order to do that, we have to keep our cells coming so you don't run out of juice. You know what I mean? I think it's got to be a cell. Buff. Buff. Buy. Sell. It's working. It's working. Buff. You're not a buy-sell, but you do have buy-sell ability. I think we got to freeze you, buy you. I'm going to start feeding the yak, man. But I'm going to let you stay in the front just for now because you already have garlic. You have some sell ability. You have some sell ability. Now that we got a level 2 shrimp, I feel even more committed to buy-sell. But the thing is, it would be really nice to get some more crows maybe so we can get another starfish involved. Like somehow... it's working, and somehow Palpatine returned, and yet we're still here talking about it, so obviously something must have went right. Another shrimp. We'll freeze it for a minute. We got some complications. How about a buy and a sell? And then a quick apple. I mean, if you're getting all the buffs, then no. You need some support as well. Because you lose 1 HP per turn. Maybe it's good to spread the buffs around. The grape was a great purchase, man. I think we buy shrimp. I think we buy skunk, and then we pass turn. I would like to purchase another grape. These are two pretty good units for level like 9 or whatever we're on. Round 9. Don't crit me. Okay, crit me, whatever. It doesn't matter. If do what you gotta do to make you feel good about that loss as we get to 7 wins with a buy-sell build that many people said was impossible. Now, Lemon's just better. Why don't we just give you Lemon? Now we got both. No sell ability, but this is just like good enough. Still no sell ability. A little sad. I would still roll. And then I love this. I would sell a skunk, buy a cow, buff a yak. Let's move the yak to the front now. Freeze something with the sell ability. At this point, the only reason I have commitment to the starfish is out of some absurd sense of loyalty, okay? There's really no reason for it to be there. Except that I'm like, what if later in my life I get a level 2 starfish and then I can actually see what this thing's capable of? But for now, it's okay. I'm having fun. We don't really need you. Here's what we need. We need a sell and a buy and a sell. And you buff the yak. And a marmoset buy sell. And a buy and a sell. I mean, in a pack with limited scaling, this actually seems like not as idiotic as it normally is. But, you know, can I tell you something? Little buy sell? Sure. Although when I sell you, I see the problem. We're going to overwrite this. You know what? Forget the cat. I'm going to dance with the one that brought me. Can I just believe me on this one? The cat plus, you know, 6/6 meat legs, like that's the play. That's the way we should play it. But I'm interested in sticking with this archetype. I think we're fine. It's scaled fast. The cat would be, it would put us into turbo mode. But I just want to see if we can take it a little bit further, okay? Like, what is this? Round 12? Like, we're doing very well. A little buy me. A little sell me. A little roll me. I mean, probably should have gone for a level 3 moth for badge-based purposes, but whatever. A little buy me. A little sell me. And to get ready for this, holy cow. Of all these, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I'd rather just buff you a little bit and hope for the best. Hold on. I cannot start the round. My mom is here. One second. I just got to lean out my window and say 1 second. Okay. I think we just won anyway. How, and I don't mean this to sound derisive, how was that so easy? I feel like I put my heart and soul into the last one. This was like a meme build, and it went to the moon. So the only thing that I can say here is that the best unit of the game has got to be a level 1 starfish with no support whatsoever, because it just won the game for us. For now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps it a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya!